So do you also use housing.com to get more leads for your own real estate agency? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video we are going to understand how to add housing.com tenant inquiries to HubSpot CRM. So like you, I also use housing.com to get more leads for my own business. And now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead from housing.com, I want to add the lead details into my HubSpot CRM so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between housing.com and HubSpot. And we're going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So let's move on further and create a connection between housing.com and HubSpot CRM. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to search for the landing page of Pabbly Connect by simply typing pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an easy to use automation tool using which we are going to create a connection between HubSpot CRM and housing.com. Alright, but before we move on further, I'll just show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. Pabbly community is a space where users share their ideas, workflow tips, doubts and solutions. So if you are stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance. And if you also want to join this amazing community, the link is given in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, I'm just going to move on further and create this automation. For that we have to go back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account, and now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect account. And to get started, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create a workflow, and now it is asking me to select the workflow builder, the new one or the classic one. So the new workflow builder is more faster, flexible and ideal for those who want a modern interface, while the classic one on the other hand is stable, has a familiar approach and also ideal for those who want a tried and tested setup. So you can use any one from this. I'm just going to use this new one, so I'm just going to go towards the select of the new one. Now I'm just going to simply enter the name of my workflow right over here, which is add housing.com tenant inquiries to HubSpot CRM, and then I'm just going to simply select the folder in which I want to save my workflow. So on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger starts the process while the actions are results towards the same. So to move on further and set up our action, we first have to set up the trigger, because you must be wondering where is action over here. So we first have to set up the trigger step, then only we can move on further towards our action. So first we're just going to set up our trigger. For that I'm just going to go towards this add trigger button, and now for the trigger application I'm just going to simply search for housing.com. So I'm just going to search for housing.com right over here, and as you can see the trigger application, so I'm simply going to select it. And now for the trigger event I'm just going to simply select it as new leads and click on this connect, and now it has given me a webhook URL. So using this webhook URL only, we are going to create a connection between housing.com and Pabbly Connect. So what you have to do is to automate the lead capture, you have to copy this above webhook URL and configure it in your account. And to do this, you have to reach out someone from the backend team of Housing.com, because Housing.com doesn't have the provision to add the webhook URL from the user interface. You have to reach out to your account manager or someone from the backend team from Housing.com and ask them to add this webhook URL in your account. And once they do the same, automatically you'll start receiving the lead details right over here as webhook response. I have already added this webhook URL in my Housing.com account, so I'm just going to simply capture this webhook response by receiving the new lead details. And as you can see that we have successfully received the response, I'm just going to show the response. We're going to see the first name, the last name, the phone number, the email address, and the area of interest. And I'm just going to simply create a new contact in my HubSpot CRM using these details. For that, I'm just going to simply close this trigger right from here, and I'm just going to go towards this button which says add new action step. Now for the action application, I'm just going to simply select it as HubSpot CRM. So I'm just going to search for HubSpot CRM and select it. And now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as create a contact and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between HubSpot and Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection and then connect with HubSpot CRM. And once I'm just going to click on this connect with HubSpot CRM, over here it is asking me to select the account in which I want to create the contact or for which I want to create this automation. So I'm just going to simply select the account as Pabbly right over here. I'm just going to select it and click on this choose account. And once I'm just going to click on this choose account, with this we have successfully connected our HubSpot CRM account with Pabbly Connect. And now it is asking me for many details right over here. So I'm just going to only fill in the details which are required or the details which we have right over here. So as you can see, we have this city. So I'm just going to simply enter the details of this city, which is Bhopal. So I'm just going to enter Bhopal right over here, but we are not going to enter it manually by typing it like this, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Housing.com as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our previous application only. And as soon as we're just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So one by one, I'm just going to map all the details which are required. I've already mapped the email address and the city. Now I'm just going to simply map this last name, and then I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to also look for the first name right over here. I'm just going to look for first name, and as you can see the same, so I'm simply going to enter this first name too. And after doing this, I'm just going to move on further, and I'm just going to look for the phone number. So over here you can see it is asking me for many details. So we can only fill in the details which are required or the details which we wish to fill in. And after filling in all the details which were required, I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these lead details into HubSpot CRM as contact. Alright, so I'm just going to simply open my HubSpot CRM, and as you can see that we have successfully added it right over here. You're going to see the name, the email address, and the same phone number which we captured right over here in the response of Housing.com, which were our lead details. Automatically these details have been added right over here in our HubSpot CRM, and with this we have successfully completed this workflow. And now whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Housing.com, automatically the lead details will be created, or you can say added right over here in my HubSpot CRM as a new contact. So a new contact will be created in my HubSpot CRM, and automatically the lead details from Housing.com will be added right over here without any manual intervention. So yes, now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. All of this is going to happen in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just simply attach this workflow link in the description box below. You can access my workflow and create your own automation too. And for this, you have to check out the link given in the description box below, which is the workflow link. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.